This is Lorenzo, and this is the Training Design Taxonomy video series, lesson number 15. It's on our total body schedule. In the previous video, we saw how to create a balanced integrated training schedule using split body routines. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create a balanced integrated training schedule using total body routines. What's the difference? Well, remember, a split body routine is only 5 exercises lasting about 30 minutes. A total body routine is 2 split body routines, so 10 exercises lasting roughly 1 hour. Also, we saw the split body schedule or program was at least 5 routines and therefore a 2 to 3 hour weekly exercise commitment. By contrast, the total body schedule or program is a minimum 5-hour weekly training commitment consisting of 4 total body gymnastics routines and 1 total body metabolic conditioning routine. Let's see what they are. As a quick review, we know that there are at least 10 total body routine combinations. 6 in the gymnastics category. We have the balance and row combo, push and bridge combo, pull and raise, shift and dip, invert and lean, and the shift and lean tracks. In the weightlifting category, remember we had 3 split body routines, the squat, press, and lift, giving us 2 total body routine combinations of the squat and press combo and the lift and press complex combo. As for our final 2 total body routine combinations, remember we had the cycle, row, and run complexes. Together, we have 2 total body routine combos, the cycle and row complex or the run and row complex. Now, we saw that in the previous lesson, the split body schedule or program is a 2 to 3 hour weekly commitment, which is where we recommend everybody starts regardless of fitness level because there's just so many new exercises to learn. It can be quite overwhelming. But once you've learned all the exercises and your body becomes well adapted to the workload, you can start to add more and more routines, especially because you'll see that even though in the beginning a routine takes roughly 30 minutes to complete, you'll find that as you become more efficient, you'll go from 30 minutes to maybe 25 minutes to 20 minutes. And so you can start to add more routines, which brings you to the total body training schedule, which by contrast is not a 2 to 3 hour exercise commitment. It is a 5-hour weekly training commitment. Speaking of time, remember, regardless of what routine you're on, you always want to design or select routines based on 3 criteria. Number 1, calculate how much time you have to dedicate to your training each week. Another thing worth mentioning when it comes to time, I think it's better to learn how to do something every single day to keep you in the habit of training than to do very long workouts very infrequently each week. That's why you saw in the split body schedule that even though it was only a 2 to 3 hour weekly commitment, you were doing something every day, Monday through to Saturday. Now, the only reason you're watching this video and that you want to do the total body schedule is because you're already used to training Monday through to Saturday, but instead of doing a 30-minute routine daily, now you can do a 60-minute routine almost daily. As for our second criteria, remember whatever program or routine that you select, make sure that it is balanced in 2 fundamental ways. You want to make sure that your routines are compatible with each other. By definition, a total body routine is balanced in terms of different muscle groups. We've got a lower body with an upper body or a core routine with an upper body routine. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have balance across your entire schedule. You don't want to have like 1 lower body movement with like 4 upper body movements or 1 core exercise with 4 lower body movements. Finally, you want to make sure that your training program or schedule has integrated at least 1 stationary modality, gymnastics or weightlifting, but gymnastics is the foundation, and 1 locomotive modality, such as metabolic conditioning. So if our split body schedule is a 5 routine, 2 to 3 hour weekly exercise commitment, our total body schedule consists of 5 times total body routines. Each total body routine is an hour. So this is a minimum 5-hour weekly training commitment. 5 total body routines is really 10 split body routines. And if we want to make sure that we have a balanced program across our different body dimensions, we want to make sure that we have at least 4 times lower body or hip-based routines, 2 times core routines, and finally, we want at least 4 upper body routines, of which 2 will be pulling routines, and finally 2 pressing routines. Because gymnastics or learning to control your own body weight before you learn to control external weight and before you learn to control your own body weight through space is foundational. 4 of the 5 total body routines are gymnastics based routines. So 4 times total body routines will be gymnastics routines. Our 5th and final routine, therefore, will be a metabolic conditioning routine. And just as we saw in the previous video, it's good for us to have some reserve routines to fall back on whenever we feel we need a substitution or we want to do something extra. We will select at least 5 times split body routines across all 3 modalities. Starting with our gymnastics routines, we need 4 of them. We will select the balance and the row, the push and the bridge, the pull and the raise, and the shift and the dip tracks. Next, for our final total body routine, we need a metabolic conditioning routine. If I had to choose between a cycle and a row or a run and a row, I actually wouldn't choose between these. I would split them apart, which by the way you can do. I would do the cycle as one split body routine. I need one more routine to make up a total body routine. It would then either be the run or the row. Now, in order to make sure that our selection is balanced, we need 4 lower body, 2 core, 2 pulling, and 2 pressing. So let's take a look. The balance and row, we've got 1 lower body and 1 pulling. So that's 1 lower body and 1 pulling. Our push and our bridge is 1 pressing and 1 core. So we've got 1 press and 1 core. Our pull and our raise is an upper body pull and a core exercise. So we've got another pull and a core. As for the shift and the dip, it's a lower body hip dominant routine and an upper body press routine. So we've got 1 there and 1 there. For cycling, it's a hip dominant or lower body routine. So we have 1 there. Now, whether we run or row, they're both hip dominant routines, which completes our selection. Finally, as for our 5 split body reserve routines that we can fall back on, if we're not running or rowing, one of them will be a reserve. So I think rowing will probably be a reserve. Since we're not doing the shift or the lean track, these will be reserve routines by definition. The press complex features twice. As we can see, the squat, press, lift, press, that will also be a reserve. And for our final reserve, I would do the deadlift just like we did in the split body schedule. So in summary, now that we have our total body routine selected, we've got our balance and row, push and bridge, pull and raise, shift and dip. We've got our cycle and then either a run or a row. We're finally ready to schedule these routines in order of priority, Monday through to Sunday. Let's get started. Starting with our 4 total body gymnastics routines or our 8 split body routines combined as a total body routine. On Monday for our first 2 routines, we will do the balance and row track. On Tuesday for our 3rd and 4th routine, we're going to do the push and the bridge tracks. On Thursday for our 6th and 7th routine, we'll do the pull and the raise track. On Friday for our 8th and our 9th routine, we will do the shift and the dip track. On Saturday, technically we're off, but we have the option to do 1 of 2 reserve routines, and Sunday we are off. As for our 5th and final total body routine or our final 2 split body routines in the metabolic conditioning category, on the Wednesday for our 5th routine, we'll be doing the cycle complex, focused either on speed or endurance. Assuming we've done our cycle routine on the Wednesday, on Saturday for our 10th routine, we'll either do the run or the row. But if for whatever reason we did not do our cycling event on the Wednesday, maybe we were tired or we took off, then we can do our cycling on the Saturday instead. For those of you who want to start experimenting with some weightlifting routines, or you want to continue with your lift complex from the split body schedule, instead of doing cycling on the Wednesday, you could do the lift complex on the Wednesday instead. Assuming you've done all 4 total body gymnastics routines, as well as the 2 metabolic conditioning routines, but you feel like doing more, Saturday comes along and you feel like, Lorenzo, I can do an extra session. You can do either the row with the run as an extra session. You can also decide to do the invert or the lean gymnastics tracks, or you can do another weightlifting routine like the press complex. So in summary, Monday comes along, you're going to do 2 split body routines or 1 total body routine, the balance track, followed by the row track. The next day on Tuesday for your 3rd and 4th split body routine or your 2nd total body routine, you're going to do the push track followed by the bridge track. On Wednesday, you're going to do your 5th routine, your cycle complex, focused either on speed or endurance, or alternatively, if you don't feel like cycling that day, you could do a weightlifting routine, the lift complex. On Thursday for your 6th and 7th split body routine or your pull, raise, total body routine, you'll be doing the pull track directly followed by the raise track. On Friday, for your 8th and 9th split body routine or your shift dip total body routine, you'll be doing your shift side to side squat routine followed directly by your dip. On Saturday, for your 10th routine, assuming you've done your cycle routine, you'll go for a run on Saturday. Focus either on speed or endurance. For example, if you did your endurance event for cycling on Wednesday, you can focus on your speed event for your running on the Saturday. Again, assuming you've done your 4 gymnastics total body routines, you've done cycling, running, or rowing, and you feel like doing an extra gymnastics routine, we recommend the invert track, which is focused on your handstands and handstand push-ups, or focused on your lean track, which is another core development routine focused on the lateral chain, or think obliques. And finally, for those of you who want to start experimenting with your weightlifting routines, instead of doing the cycling event on Wednesday, you can do the lift complex on the Wednesday. If you've already done the lift complex on the Wednesday, definitely start experimenting with the overhead press on the Saturday, which is the perfect alternative to the invert track, also an overhead pressing routine. So in summary, the total body schedule or program is 5 total body routines, or think of it as 10 split body routines, 4 total body gymnastics routines, or 8 gymnastics split body routines, 1 total body metabolic conditioning routine, or 2 split body routines, the cycle and the run, 4 lower body routines, the balance track, the shift track, cycle complex and run complex, 2 core routines, the bridge and the raise, 2 pulling routines, 1 in the horizontal dimension and 1 in the vertical dimension, and finally 2 pressing routines, the push track and the dip track.